Madison County is nestled in the Appalachian Mountains along the French Broad River, and it's full of people who have lived here a long, long time. There's community here. On every front porch in Madison County, you'll find a picker or a singer. It's just an essential part of life here to sing, whether it be in church or on the porch or in the fields or working, breaking beans. People sing and communicate. We sing almost as much as we talk. I'm Joe Penland. My home is in Marshall, North Carolina, in beautiful Madison County, right in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains. When I first come to this country in 1649.
Joe is part of the tradition here. He grew up in this part of the world, and later in life started getting out and performing, which I was so glad to see, because we need more people to do that, especially on the ballads, because of all the traditions in danger of being lost, it would be the old ballads, because they are so antique, basically.
And a long way from my home. I was lucky enough to be born into a family where there was a lot of music. Yeah, I was lucky that one of my aunts lent me a guitar that my grandfather had bought and given her, and my other aunt, who lived locally, taught me my first chords, and I think the first song was That Old Time Religion. And from that day on, I knew that that was the most important thing for me to do. But one of the things that we got to do was to meet up every Saturday morning and jump in an old four-wheel drive vehicle, and we'd head over the mountain, over Lonesome Mountain, and down through the Low Gap and down through the Sodom Valley to a place called Crane Branch. And we'd drive up Crane Branch, and that's exactly what we did. There was no real road there. We kind of drove up the branch about a mile to get to Lee and Barzil Wallen's house. And that's where we discovered the true beauty of our heritage in the mountain ballads and the things we call love songs.
Even at 14, even though his life experience took him different ways for a while, that seed that was planted at that time brought him back to his love of the ballads.
These were people he revered, and I think he took it upon himself to make it a mission to save these songs and transmit this culture. Really what all of us do that do this music is we are so proud of it, we want you to be proud of it too. So Joe's purpose, one of his life's purposes, is to present the music to people so they get the real story.
Here's your pretty Saro singer, Kaz Wallen.
That's a wonderful photograph of him with his hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
Because when he sang, he was all over the place.
With his hands like this.
Yeah,
when I first came.
We all grew up going to each other's homes and sitting on the porch and listening to our grandparents or our aunts or our uncles getting the, singing those old songs or playing the banjos or the fiddles. And we just grew up surrounded by it.
I mean, I'd never seen anything like it. It was really like finding the lost world. There was an old fellow named Morris Norton who played the mouth bow. And he didn't do it like as a tourist thing or anything, he just did it that's what he played. Well, have you heard the many stories told by young and old with joy about the many deeds of daring that were done by the Johnson boys? You take Kate and I'll take Sal, and we'll both have a Johnson gal. You take Kate and I'll take Sal, and we'll both have a Johnson gal.
Well, a ballad is a story. Think of it, if you will, even though it may not be popular, as an opera that's sung. It's a story about what happened in a particular place at a particular time.
Some of these ballads are hundreds and hundreds of years old. So they're more about sort of the essential things of life, like love and fear and death and, grief. I don't do it under any script. I do it as I remember it the best I can of something that happened 50 some years ago. And when I see performers do that,
I'm intrigued, and I like people who can take me somewhere else.
Once I courted a pretty little girl, and I loved her as my life. I'd freely give my heart and hand to make her my wife. Oh, to make her my wife.
Well, you know, I feel like there's got to be, in any type of traditional music, there's got to be the people who stay at home and just sing it by themselves. There's got to be the front porch singers who are really quite good, but they don't want to get out and perform. And there's people who get out and perform it. And so Joe's doing all those things. I mean, he'll sing at home, he'll sing for just friends, he'll get out and perform. And so he's, you know, taking it one step further. That's the way it works. Somebody has to learn it. You can have all the recordings of it you want, but it's got to have somebody out there doing it to really make it alive.
The ballads bring something to the people who move here that let them know more about the spirit of the place than anything else. It's a magical soul that's in the rocks and in the mountains and the trees that all these people, 7 generations of people who lived hard, shared that with this place, and it's still available for you or for anyone else who wants to come here and just listen.
Yes, I wish that I could go with you, or that you might tarry here